Now listen, fruits were never a problem again. They were never a problem. Remember when you're growing up, fruits used to be very bitter. We used to eat mangoes with salt. Remember that? Yeah? When they are still unripe, you take mangoes and you eat plus salt. How much of that would you eat? And you still go out and play. You still used to do activities. And I remember sometimes you used to come back home, we don't even take lunch. And sometimes you'd run on a cup of uji, just fermented porridge, the whole day. But nowadays, your children are in school. They're picked by a car, a van on the gate at 6 in the morning. They sleep in the van. They are in school. They're eating all these sausages and smokies because you're a modern parent. And by the time they're leaving the house, they just ate bread plus margarine applied on bread plus the peanut butter and tea that has milk, the thick tea plus sugar. So by the time they're getting to school, of course, their sugar levels are so high, their insulin level is going up. That's why your children are just suffering from this diabetes all the time. Very young children being diagnosed with diabetes. But fruits are the craziest one. Because fruits fool doctors and nutritionists that they don't spike insulin. Let's start afresh. A fruit was never a problem. All fruits, including the traditional fruits, they had fructose. But the problem is, or the benefit of the traditional fruits was, one, they had a lot of fiber. So overeating that fruit was never an option. You would eat a mango and the whole afternoon you're busy getting the fibers from your teeth. Number two, that mango you would fall down and by the next day it's already rotting. It was actually consumed by birds sometimes. Number three, so they used to get bad. They used to attract birds and attract flies. They had seeds. I remember we used to eat a mango until we removed that hard cover on the seed to just see if the seed was female or male. Did you do that? There are seeds that have a red spot there. We are like, this one is a female one. Hey, okay. Hey, kids are crazy. Anyway, so yeah. So these fruits used to go bad so fast. You remember avocados could fall from a tree and we share avocados with dogs. And before you go even pick them, the next morning they are rotting. So yes, so avocados, mangoes, guavas, all of them had seeds. So they actually germinated on their own. All of them were natural. Nobody cultivated guavas. Unless you ate so much guavas here and tomorrow you have a constipation and you have to go and defecate in a bush. And now that is you planting more guavas. So they had seeds. They used to go bad. They used to attract flies, bees, and birds. They were not as attractive as nowadays. They were not as sweet as nowadays until they are so ripe, right? And there was a process of ripening. There's no way you would have just found the entire fruit is red or is yellow and looks so attractive and is so juicy. And then they were seasonal. You eat mangoes now and you'll eat them next year time like this, right? But look at you now. At your gate, there's a guy with this cart, mkokoteni, selling fruits. They have been wrapped in polythene paper. They are looking so fresh. And then he pours some water on it. Even the supermarkets, they sprinkle water on these fruits so that they appear fresh. They have been commercially cultivated to suit the agenda. You know that company that is in Thika that produces juices? The one that you think produces pineapple juice. Those pineapples that are in Thika, you want to tell me they're the ones that are enough to supply the entire Africa with juice? Are we not taking something different? And then it's written on mango juice, pineapple juice. Where are they getting all these mangoes? And mangoes are supposed to be seasonal. Where are they getting it from? And for you to supply the demand, because now Africans are so addicted to sugar, for you to satisfy the demand that is coming from these Africans, because there are many, you want to tell me those pineapples that are in Thika are the only ones that are supplying the whole Africa and the whole world, to be honest. Where are they getting the mangoes from? And mangoes are supposed to be seasonal. When you start asking yourself these questions, you see the answers, but you don't take that route. There are answers there. Yes, they provide different brands. Today is this one, tomorrow is this one, tomorrow is another one, there's another one. And you see the advertisement on TV. They cut them into small pieces, and those small pieces just fall. When they drop into that juice, it's peels off, and you're like, I want this one. This one is pure pineapple. And they've drawn a pineapple there. The same people draw tomatoes on seed oils, but you never see there's no tomato in seed oils. But they call it vegetable oil. So mention any one seed oil that you know that has sukuma wiki in. If that was the case, we'll just plant sukuma wiki and then blend the sukuma wiki and we use it as cooking oil. But we'll talk about that when we get to the seed oils. So fruits are crazy. They are GMO. They are now industrially and commercially cultivated. They are under greenhouses. So it's not a natural process anymore. They don't even have seeds. They are mangoes. They're actually oranges. They don't even have seeds. You can just peel it and eat it all. And you people use it for juicing. So even the least fiber that is there, you've removed it to juice, to make a juice. You would have even blended it. Now you've juiced it. There's no even fiber. And they use GMO chemicals, the glyphosate, to spray them. And then because you are so hungry and addicted to these things, what do? They have to ripen them faster to meet your demand. So what do they use? They use calcium carbide, which is a carcinogen. It's actually something that causes cancer, but it's used to ripen bananas nowadays. Kisi people. It's used to ripen bananas, used to ripen all these fruits, calcium carbide. There's another one that is called ethylene. Ethylene is actually a neurotoxic substance, but that is what we use to ripen these fruits. And then you sit there and you tell me, you know me, I eat a fruit every day to keep a doctor away, but you're always taking anti-diabetic medication. But you're always suffering from arthritis. There's always back pain. You have an ED. You have allergies all the time. Hey, infection after infection, recurrent yeast infections in women. But you eat fruits every day, right? You use pineapples to clean your vagina because your boyfriend is coming in during the weekend. Now you eat pineapples because, of course, you've been eating dirty foods. You have the foul smell, but because you want to run away from that, you want to protect yourself from that because you don't have the shame, you take pineapples, thinking that now, because you urinate urine that smells like a pineapple, your cookie will smell like a pineapple. And now your boyfriend will be, I am eating a pineapple. It is true. He is eating a pineapple. He's not eating. And your boyfriend is making love to a pineapple. That is you leading a fake life. You don't have an identity. So anything that follows, anything that comes, you follow. You've seen how many of you have stuck themselves blending the okra and drinking it. Because you know your weakness, right? You know your weakness, but you don't want to accept that I have a weakness and I have to fix it. So what do? You would rather use anything. You are gullible. So they use this gullible nature of you is actually the ones that makes us sell you the products that you want. Ladies have taken okra water. That thing tastes crazy. Okra is a vegetable, perfect one. It's a cruciferous vegetable. It will actually help you break down estrogen so that it balances your hormones. That is perfect. But that happens to all cruciferous vegetables. You people don't learn. You remember how many of you ate quail eggs? Have you forgotten the quail eggs? Before we even loaded this, we jumped to the okra now. Men, the other side, are taking uji power, filled with sildenafil, the erection pills, and they are now coming there, performing for about 5 minutes, and they're like, yeah, I'm going back to that uji power. People playing with your psychology because you're so gullible. So okra has sold. And now before you even load about the okra, now they are taking milk plus soda. Hey, now, yeah, you see the dragon fruit. Now dragon fruit is something else. We even forgot about kiwi. Now we are on dragon fruit. 1 kg, 800 shillings. And everybody now is cultivating dragon fruit. By the time you're getting problems with the dragon fruit because of the fructose, you're getting a fatty liver, it is too late. Dragon fruit will be out of the market, so you'll not even blame it anymore. Now there'll be another thing. There'll be another thing. So it's always one thing after the other, but we never learn, do we? We never learn. And we know very well, how many of you eat fruits because they have nutrients, because they have vitamins? Fruits are crazy because they come with fructose. Most of you don't eat fruits because they have vitamins. Nobody knows the taste of vitamins. All of you eat fruits because they are sweet. If I get that sugar out of that pineapple, if I remove sugar out of that banana, if I get sugar out of that mango, no one of you will eat those fruits. None of you will eat those fruits. You lie to me, oh, fruits are healthy. They're healthy for what? I ask you, what is healthy in fruits? You tell me vitamins. I ask you, which vitamins are in fruits that are absent in vegetables? You're like, by the way. But what is present in fruits that is absent in vegetables? You will never say sugar, and I tell you it is sugar. So as much as you want to protect sugar, I'm telling you the truth. It is sugar that you're eating. So you are actually a sugar addict, but you're in denial. You're using fruits to cover up. Did you know that fructose resembles, in the chemical structure of fructose resembles the chemical structure of ascorbic acid, which you people labeled as vitamin C, right? This is just a component of vitamin C, just a small component, the covering. But Google the structure of fructose and compare it to the structure of ascorbic acid. You will see what I'm talking about. They look almost the same. And they compete with the same absorption receptors on the gut or in the gut. So listen, your body has always, it is never stupid. It is you who is stupid. So what does the body do? The body takes something that gives it a reward of feeling good and discards the rest. So the body will take fructose, it gets the reward, kicks, dopamine comes in, you feel good about eating the fruits because of the dopamine addiction and the hits, and now the body discards the vitamins. And then you're telling me, oh, I'm eating fruits because they are healthy. Why are you not addicted to vegetables? Because the same vegetables have all the nutrients, minerals, vitamins that fruits have. Why are vegetables not your portion? Why don't you eat a cup of vegetables every single day? Why are fruits so important to you? They are not, because they just have sugar. And every fruit has sugar, including the lemon. The lemon juice has sugar. If you're intending to get vitamin C from a lemon, prefer the lemon peel. It has the highest content of vitamin C. It has the highest content of antihistamines. So cut those lemon peels into small pieces and soak them in warm water. Do not use hot water, because hot water destroys vitamin C. Sink them in warm water and let them soak for about 20-30 minutes and drink that water. That is your vitamin C. Anybody who's trying to lose weight, you're eating fruits. Anybody who's trying to reverse a chronic condition, you're eating fruits, you're wasting your time, you're going to get worse. And now, I want to read to you something here, and I want you to understand it very clearly. The reason why doctors and nutritionists lie to you that fruits are healthy is because, one, they were taught that fruits have vitamins. Just the same way they were taught beans are carbohydrates, beans are proteins, and they have stuck to that all through. Beans are carbohydrates. Whatever you are taught in primary school sticks in you like crazy. Oh, beans are proteins. Beans are proteins. I'm like, no, beans have 65% of fiber. No, daktari, if I eat rice and beans, I've eaten a balanced diet. I'm like, okay, continue eating it. We will meet here. Hapa mbele tutapatana tu. So, this is the point. Doctors and nutritionists think that fruits are healthy because they do not cause a spike in insulin. The sugar that is in fruits, the fructose, does not cause a spike in insulin in blood. Very true. And then they say fruits have the least or the lowest glycemic index. Question marks. And I will define that. But understand this, when you take that fruit, you absorb the fructose, which is the sugar. Fructose is not utilized by any cell. They don't know how to utilize it. Brain cells don't know how to utilize it. Your muscle cells don't know how to utilize it. The only cells that can actually transform fructose are the liver cells. So when you absorb it, it's taken all the way to the liver and is converted to things that are called the triglycerides. On the word triglycerides, these are basically body or blood fats. These are fats. These are the ones that you confuse with cholesterol. These are the ones that hurt your system, and then you lie that cholesterol is the problem. So your doctor still thinks that cholesterol is a problem because the industry made him believe that fruits are healthy, because the industry knows the end result of breaking down fructose is fats, and those fats are triglycerides. That's why when you take that cholesterol test, you will never focus on the triglyceride ratio. You will always focus on the LDL and HDL, even after I explained it, and I will do it again. So you never focus on the triglycerides. What you are focusing on is the LDL. When LDL is up, the one that you call the bad cholesterol, when it's up, you are told to start atorvastatin, to start the lipid lowering drugs, the cholesterol lowering drugs that will end you in more trouble. Triglycerides is not cholesterol. Triglycerides is a result of breaking down fructose to get triglycerides. Now these are fats. So remember, this is happening in the liver. And the liver does not know how to store fats. So what does the liver do? It has to send these fats into the system to go and be stored in the fat cells. So it binds them on LDL, puts them in a vehicle that is soluble in blood, that is LDL, to carry them into the fat cells. But as you eat those fruits on a daily basis, as you eat that processed food, as you eat that sugarcane every day, you are getting the fructose. This fructose is being converted to triglycerides, and the liver starts to accumulate this fat slowly and carefully. This is what we call non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You see, we have the alcoholic one that comes from beer, and then we have this one, the non-alcoholic fatty liver disease that comes from the processed foods, sugarcane, honey, and fruits. Now, you know very well that the fatty liver disease is the one that is responsible for obesity, diabetes type 2, hypertension, high fats in the system, cancers, kidney failure, and heart disease, and the strokes. But you want to blame it on cholesterol that actually comes in to fix the problems that this sugar is causing you, the systemic inflammation. So imagine that guy who I told you, the doctor told him that because he has hepatitis, he has to eat fruits and he has to eat honey. So simply feed the disease and go back to the doctor. That's what the doctor is saying. Keep eating the sugar that caused you the problem and then come back. Because as he eats those fruits and honey, the liver keeps on being fatty. There's no way this guy is going to survive from hepatitis. Fats are highly inflammatory. Then when you inflame the liver with fats, that's hepatitis and that's a fatty liver disease. The next thing that is coming in is low immunity, is weak bones, is low blood count, is heart diseases and obesity. And you're wondering, how am I not losing weight? It's diabetes. You're wondering, I've been eating fruits all this time, but I've never walked away from the drugs for diabetes. Because fruits are actually feeding diabetes. The only fruit that you can consume at this moment in time, and when you're trying to lose weight, is an avocado. Be wise. You will learn. You don't need fats at this moment in time. Dietary fats, these are some fruits, the talk of fruits. Those are even, that's not cholesterol, that is triglycerides. And triglycerides are dangerous to your system. That is one. Two, fructose is converted to uric acid. And then this uric acid, this same fructose is sugar, remember? And sugar destroys the kidneys. So therefore you'll have a problem in excreting the uric acid through the kidneys. When you have a problem in excreting uric acid builds up in the system. Now that is gout. Because it precipitates in joints and causes you that pain. That is gout. But doctor said what? Gout is caused by what? Hello? What is the doctor saying? Hello, doctor, yeah? Rheumatologists and gout specialists. What are you saying? Red meat, right? I didn't hear you, guys. Mr. Rheumatologist said red meat, right? And you've dropped red meat, but your gout is not going anywhere. But it still comes and writes a prescription, colchicine, allopurinol. You know, this one will help you. This one is going to change you. This one is going, and a painkiller. And those painkillers are NSAIDs. You remember when you talked about NSAIDs? We said they're going to destroy your kidney. So more problems, more gout. But because he's a rheumatologist, can you tell him anything? I mean, you can't. You are the patient. He's the rheumatologist. He's the doctor. So stay away from fruits. And this is the problem. When you tell somebody stay away from fruits except avocado, somebody still asks you, how about watermelon? Is watermelon fish? How about the dragon fruit? Now dragon fruit comes from, hey, where does it come? Is it a fruit? It is a fruit.